Hello, welcome to Pro Mixing and Mastering. Today I'm going to show you how to mix best warm gospel vocals in Cubase 5, and this is just going to be something that is going to help you a lot, especially when it comes to mixing this. Take a listen to this.
Toi fukama, toi lila, toi fukama, tu le mikabila. Toi fukama, toi lila, tu le mikabila. Toi fukama, toi lila, toi fukama, tu le mikabila. Toi fukama, toi lila, tu le mikabila. Toi fukama, toi lila, toi fukama, tu le mikabila. Toi fukama, toi lila, tu le mikabila. Listening.
Woo! Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now, I'm going to show you what I did. First thing that I did, the first thing that you have to do is make sure that you work on the instrumental. Secondly, after you've worked on the instrumental, come to the vocals. As you can see, I did a lot of chopping, like I did a lot of cuts. I just use the scissors. Whenever I see that the vocal is a little bit higher, just to help the compressor, you don't like allow the compressor to compress everything, or else the vocal is not gonna sound great. So in order to help the compressor, just go ahead, get a scissors, grab a scissors and cut certain parts of the vocals which are a little bit higher, and then once you finish, just click on that vocal and reduce it. Like you can see on this part of the vocals a little bit higher, so I just had to cut to the left and right, and then from there highlight it, select it, and then come to the volume and reduce it just a little bit so that it can be close to the rest of the vocals, so that the compressor should not over compress the vocal. We want to attain that natural vocal. And then in this vocal, to make it warmer, I had to add in auto-tune, but in this case auto-tune is just retune speed is just on 20, just a little bit, and the key is in A, scale is in major. Make sure you put the right scale, you put the right scale and the right key, and then the retune speed. The rest of this really I don't even use this. It's just retune speed and key and scale. And input type, it depends on your vocal, like how it's set on auto tenor vocal, it sounds great there. Then apart from that, I connected all the main lead vocals into group number 1, and then the backing vocals are connected to group number 2. So let's go ahead and open up group number 1. Now in group number 1, the first thing that I did was to compress the vocal. Compression is very important, and the type of compressor that I used to boost up the vocal and to raise up the volume is compressor D. Is a very good compressor, especially if you want to have that warm vocal. This compressor just does what it says, so it's a great compressor. My ratio is on 2:1, very tiny ratio. Just like I told you, I had to do a lot of cutting to make sure that the vocal still sounds natural instead of like over compressing. So ratio is 2:1, and then my threshold is -23, not too much. Release is 70, and then attack is just faster attack. I just want the compressor to do a very fast attack. Then I turned on the de-essing. It's doing a little bit of de-essing. De-esser works on the S's to reduce the S's. So basically this is the work of this compressor. Then after you've done your compression, come to EQ. The EQ, if you want to achieve warm vocals, you don't have to do over EQing, especially that this is a gospel song. So what I did was I wrote off all this unwanted low frequency to around 59, yeah, somewhere there. Just that is okay. I want to attain have this body, want to maintain this body area all the way from 100 to 500. We just want to keep that low energy, low frequency, I mean, and then also the MIDI frequencies. We just wanna like not over EQ them. So as you can see, this EQ type is negative 1.14 dB, just a little, and I have made it dynamic so that whenever this let me do this so that whenever this frequency, this one right here, let me solo it. Yeah, so if you put it on headsets or if you have good monitor speakers, you're gonna get that frequency. So whenever that frequency, low frequency, comes in, which is around 200, that is just, the EQ is just gonna dynamically like work on that frequency by cutting it out. And then around 500 I did a cut, which is negative 1.00. remember, we have not over cut it. Why? Because we want to maintain that warmth. The warmth of the vocal is dependent on the natural recorded vocal, so we want to like make it as though it has just been recorded without any processing on it. And then around 796 I did also 1 dB, so the rest is like a 1 dB. This one is negative 0.92, and believe me, all these are really doing their work. It might be a tiny or a little bit of cutting, but it's really doing the work. And then around 11,553 I have like de-essed the vocal. Whenever you want to achieve that warm vocal or gospel vocal, you don't have to like over de-ess your vocal, so you can use an EQ like the way I have done it to de-ess those sibilances, those S's which try to like become annoying to the ears. So I have de-essed, given it around negative 0.24, around 11,553. This is the area where you like deal with the S's. And then I have made it dynamic. So as you can see, it's a very, very tiny little EQ that I've done to the vocal in order to maintain its natural sound. And then secondly, number third, maximizer. We want to make sure that this vocal sounds big, sounds warmer, and just has that maximum potential. So whenever you want to achieve the maximum potential of the vocal, this vocal is recorded in mono. So in mono, some of those frequencies are a little bit laid in the back. So in order to bring out those frequencies, you have to like maximize the vocal. And how do you maximize the vocal? By using a maximizer. So without the compressor, the vocal sounds like this. With the compressor turned on, yeah, sound better, right? And then without an EQ, just tiny little frequencies which I can hear, but with it turned on, so those frequencies are out. And then maximizer without it, with it turned on, so without these three, and then with them like turned on, the vocal is just gonna sound great. The vocal is gonna sound maximized. All the potential is just gonna be the potential of the vocal is gonna come out like this. So optimization is not too much. Remember, when you put it too much, it's just gonna it's gonna compress. It's gonna act like a compressor at the same time act like a limiter. The problem is a lot of producers take this all the way up. The problem is it's gonna start compressing your vocal. When it starts compressing your vocal is not gonna sound natural. Your vocal is not gonna sound great. Your vocal is gonna lose quality. So be careful with optimization. You can raise the output, but optimization, just do it a little bit. Yeah. And then the soft clipper is this curve, like this curve that goes like that. Yeah, drops nicely. Third is a reverb. We want to achieve that warm vocal, gospel vocal, so we add a reverb into the group channel. There are actually two reverbs. There is this one and there is one into the sends. So this one is helping the vocal to have room and also to have that warmer sound or warmer frequency. So I have given it a weight of 10, just a little bit, just to make sure that the vocal sounds better. With this out, all these we have talked about out. So with them turned on, you realize that the vocal sounds better. Yeah, there is that space, right? And there is that warmth. And then finally, there is a C1 get to remove in between noises and just to make there is something that this does to the vocal, makes the vocal sound warmer, makes the vocal sound great. My expansion is taken all the way to somewhere here. This is where you have to put it exactly where the vocal starts. Like whenever the singer starts singing immediately, that's where you take it. You have to check what's really happening and where the arrow ends, like this. You can see there is this little corner right here. So this is like where every time she starts singing, that's where it starts from. The vocal is not starting here, it's starting from here. So make sure you take this all the way to where the singer is starts singing. It's really gonna help you. And then this part is the compression. The get is compressing or silencing those areas. So basically this is a simple way of doing your vocals, helping your vocals to sound natural. And then as you can see, I do not even have any denoiser. Why? Because I don't want to take out any more frequencies. I just want the vocal to sound warmer and also to maintain that natural sounding vocal. And this is the trick that a lot of gospel art producers do to make the vocal sound great. And from here we are just gonna like take it to mastering and make it sound even better than this. Yeah, beautiful vocal. In the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how I balanced the backing vocals and what I did to the backing vocals. And the next video, I'm going to show you what I did to the instrumental. So I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Please share and watch the video to the end.